What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome to episode 4 of our road to the World Cup. Of course, in the last episode we won the World Cup, which was fantastic. R9, Marcus Rashford and Raheem Sterling doing bits. If you guys missed that video, check it out. Link to the playlist will be in the description below. So if you want to watch this from episode 1 onwards, I highly recommend it. We've done some good things so far, of course, but this is the team, guys, that we're going to be trading in. Mark Bartra is one of the guys that I'm kind of a bit iffy about, but my defence is already quite good. Illaramendi has been quite good for us. He's got 7 games for us, but now it is time for him to take his leave. And then outside of that, it's just got, I think we used this goalkeeper for a few games, 8 games, but now we've got Jack Butland. But it's a 79 rated, 50 chemistry team, and that gives us our 1 icon. Now, there are a few icons that I don't want, and there are a few icons that I absolutely want, but there are also some icons that I would just be happy with, you know. In terms of the squad, guys, looking at the squad right now, I changed it up. We're going to start in a 4-2-2. This won't be the in-game formation. The in-game formation will probably be a 4-3-1-2. I wouldn't mind getting a good CDM, maybe like a Luis Gustavo or a Casemiro or something to put here, just so that A, we get good links to Thiago Silva, but B, I want a CDM so that we play 4-1-2-1-2. So I want Pogba and Augusto to be my outside centre mids. Raheem Sterling at cam, and then Gabriel Jesus and Marcus Rashford up front. But the team in general is quite good now, guys. We've got Jack Butland in goal. We need a better right back from the South American region, or a right back in general from the South American region. We've got Murillo out there right now. He's not ideal, so might have to make some changes to that as soon as we possibly can. And then Thiago Silva and Kimpembe in defence. And then Dean at left back. Good card, better than what I already had there. We've got Pogba and Paredes in midfield. Again, Paredes is one of the ones that we want to upgrade immediately. Raheem Sterling, Augusto, Jesus and Rashford up front. And then we still got Lacazette, Rabiot and you know, someone like Koulibaly there in the bench. And I might bring on Sissoko to go right back. He's better than Murillo in everything except for defending. But because he's so big and powerful and he's actually got alright stand and slide tackle, it might be worth using him out there as a sub just for a temporary basis. You know, lots of upgrades on the cards immediately. Worst case scenario is I could just take that defender that we already had in. I could take Kieran Gibbs if I wanted to, or we could take that right back, this guy, and just bring him on as a sub as well, just because he's got more pace. But he has less defending than Sissoko does. So, you know, who's to say who's better or not. So that's the squad that we're going to be taking into the World Cup run for the second time, guys. But it might change here depending on, well, it should really change. We're going to open our 1 icon pack. Henry, Ronaldo, Lineker. They would be 3 that I would be unbelievably happy with. Maradona, Pele, of course. It's Argentinian. It's a cam. Is it actually Maradona? It's 98 Maradona. 97 Maradona. Let's go. That's unreal, guys. That's exactly what we wanted. Unreal. I know that for a lot of people, they probably packed this card 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 times on this game mode already. But for us, who we, you know, when we're doing a poor man's road to the World Cup, not spending any money or any FIFA points or any coins on this account, feels good to get a great icon. 97 Maradona. He's going to go straight in there instead of Augusto. I can't believe we've just packed him. I actually can't believe Maradona is our guy. 5-star skill moves, high medium work rates, insane stats. All the good stats. All the good stats. How we fit him into the team, I don't necessarily know. We've now got Ronaldo and Maradona as some icons. Maradona, of course, coming in as a big pull. I might have to change the way that we line up. I don't have any position modifiers, I don't think. I need a cam to centre mid. I need a cam to centre mid position modifier to get someone down there. What do we have for positioning? Do we have any cam to centre mid cards? No. Left wing to left forward and left mid to left wing, which sucks. I'll have to figure out how we're going to put him in there, because we actually lose Ken by putting him up there. Gabriel Jesus goes from 8 to 6, which sucks. Maybe I'll start in the 4. Ooh, I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. One way or another, we'll get Maradona into the team. I would obviously rather start Maradona instead of Augusto, but then my team is actually unbalanced here to the point where probably leaving it at 4-2-2 is the smartest thing, because we're putting 3 midfielders in. Sterling and Maradona are too small to be centre mids. and we already have 2 strikers. So I don't know. I don't know how we're going to get around this one. I don't know how we're going to do this one. But that, guys, is the team going into the next game. So let's get into the action. And into the action we go, guys. And the first opponent we come up against has got a 4-1-2-1-2 team with very good players. Mertens, Maradona, Agüero, Pastore, Alderweireld, Vincent Kompany, Alexandro, in goal was that Rui Patricio, I believe. Just generally a pretty good team. And I've picked some comments again as we watch some gameplay from today's games, guys, from the comments section. The first comment is from Sanjay. He says, please upload this more, Nep. This is really refreshing and fun to watch. I'm so happy you guys are enjoying this road to glory without spending any money. I will upload it more, the more engagements it gets. I'm sure I've already specified this, but the more likes, the more comments, the more engagements it gets, the more often I'll put it out. So if you guys truly love this, if you truly want more, drop a thumbs up. And when I'm like, well, damn, they're really supporting this, I'll give you another one and another one and another one. If not, obviously, it will come out probably every other day. And in the meantime, it will be drafts in between there and maybe some regular stuff. Today that you're watching this being Sunday, there will likely be a guaranteed Ultimate Team of the Season SBC, so we might have a double upload today anyway, which is going to be pretty cool. But yeah, thank you for the support for everyone that has been watching this series. We've got Clibber Nana says, Nep, you're an elite level FUT Champs player. You will obviously win the World Cup every time, lol. And this seemed to be a commonly thought theme. I think a lot of people in the chat think that I'm good enough to just win it every time with any team that I have. And whilst I appreciate your guys' confidence in me very much so, I don't necessarily think that's the case. Obviously, I know there's a whole bunch of brand new players playing the game, or players coming back that aren't like top quality players. Players that can't qualify for FUT Champs can play in this. You know, there's so many more people playing this World Cup mode. But it's random who you come up against. With the team that I have, if I come up against even a gold level FUT Champs player, I will struggle. If I come up against a silver level FUT Champs player, I will probably struggle. Until I get my team to being really, really strong, or at least a little bit better than what I have now, where I at least have a good player in every position, I'm actually in a situation where all I have to do is come up against a half decent guy with a great squad, and I will struggle. I appreciate your guys' confidence in me, though. That's very, very kind, and that was actually a phenomenal goal there that I scored from Raheem Sterling. And on that note of the teams, David FIFA had a comment in the comment section that says, why do you keep saying that this guy has a way better team than you, but when you had the better team in regular FUT, you always say that team doesn't matter that much? You always seem to change how important the team actually is, depending on whether or not you have the best team or not. I don't think that's necessarily true. I think you take out of context what I'm actually trying to say. And I've said this throughout the whole year. And my opinion on this hasn't really changed at all. In games where you're up against an equal or lower, or like marginally lower skilled opponent, team plays quite a huge role. You know, the contextual touches, the bounces, the reactions, finishing that long shot that another team wouldn't finish. In this World Cup mode, I actually think, excuse me, I actually think the team is a little more valuable than in the regular FUT mode, and that's simply because of the drastic, imbalance of attack and defense. So my defense is so bad that you can be a bad player and just sprint through my defense because the defenders just aren't good enough to keep up. Like now that we've got Thiago Silva, it's a little bit different, you know, but my right back is terrible, my left back isn't amazing, and my team is offensive outside of that. I don't really have good CDMs. So it's not difficult to just sprint at me and the AI defenders not be good enough to compete, and my personal defensive skills not be good enough to move the players into the right positions. Like, look at this team here. This is always going to be a tough game, just because this team is so good that even for me offensively, it's hard to break down those defenders because of just how strong and how overpowered specifically Sergio Ramos are. So I am still under the impression that team isn't everything. Player is far more important, and you actually see that from these games that I play. I dispatch very good teams, but I think in the World Cup mode, team is amplified quite heavily. And in the final, in the last episode, that guy also had attribute cards on, which boosted his team even more so. So, you know, I definitely think there's context to be applied in the sense of, whether or not a team is important or not, and also chem styles come into play with that. And you know, this guy right here didn't really have chem styles on his team, but yeah, there's definitely context to be applied. But generally speaking, I don't think the teams have that much impact in regular FUT, especially when you're on an even level playing field with like in terms of skill of your opponent. In World Cup mode, I actually think the team plays a little more of a role in like closing a skill gap essentially. But that's not to say still that you can't beat a strong team. As you can see here, I absolutely melted this guy and he had an insane team. So Arta FIFA says, my favourite series on YouTube. I'm just waiting for the next episode. Thank you very much, Arta. I appreciate those kind words. Danny Copter says, yo Nep, you can do 2 squads, 1 starting 11, 1 on the bench, and you can swap them around so you can join more players. Just an idea. I do the same way and enjoy it massively. By the way, keep up the great work. Much love from Germany. Thank you for the kind words, Danny. And definitely something that I could do in time. Obviously, at this stage, we don't even have enough quality players to field 1 team, let alone 2 teams. And also with the fact that fitness cards are so cheap at 150 coins, I don't even know if I need 2 teams, but we'll go through. We'll get there eventually. We'll figure it out how we're going to do it. We end up winning the group there, guys, quite comfortably. I think I got 7 points out of the group that time, but it was enough to see me through. One thing that I'm probably going to do for the next little while, for the next maybe 3, 8, 5 episodes, is not play the qualification, the knockout stages, forfeit the tournament, and go back into the group stages to farm packs. And the reason why I want to do that is because I want to get a good team a little bit quicker than I'm currently going for it. And as we've discussed on other videos and as I've discussed on Reddit and on Twitter, the reward system for the knockout stages is just not very good. You win. You don't even have to win 3 games in the groups. You could actually win 1, lose 1 and draw 1, or win 1 and draw 2, or win 2 and lose 1 in the group stages, and you get a 7.5k pack, 3 single player packs, and 1,500 coins, and you don't even have to win them all. You know, you could even get away with winning 1. You could theoretically draw all 3 games and still qualify, right? That's how cool the rewards for the group stage are. Then when you go into the knockout stages, if you don't win the World Cup, you only get the single player packs. So I don't see value in going all the way to the World Cup final to lose, because at the same amount of time that it took you to get to the World Cup final, you could have gone through the group stages at least 1 more time, maybe 2 more times if you get a rage quit here or there. So I don't know. I think for me on this account now, for the next few episodes, we're just going to farm packs. We're going to improve our team. We're going to implement some cool players, change formation up a little bit, and just have a little bit of fun there. Nobody says, what is that thing called on Nep's finger? It is literally this. It is a finger sleeve. So the way I hold the control, like this, see this part of my knuckle here? It rubs a lot on here. I don't know why, I don't know how, but it really rubs on the controller. And so I start getting like blisters and stuff. So pop this on my finger, and there you go, bang. Now all of a sudden, no problem at all. You can literally buy them on Amazon. They're super cheap. I should make my own ones, really, shouldn't I? Just either give them away or sell them and make millions of pounds. Just kidding, hundreds of thousands. And then the last comment, as we get a duplicate Raheem Sterling. Of all the players we could pack, guys, in our packs that we're getting here, we get a duplicate Raheem Sterling. Harsh says, hey Nep, do you genuinely believe that World Cup gameplay is the same as Ultimate Team? Because for me personally, and a ton of others, I find it very slow, and there's a lot of speed up lag too, which isn't an Ultimate Team game at the same time. Ultimate Team game does have speed up lag, but only in FUT Champs, which means World Cup mode is played on dedicated servers. In terms of do I think the gameplay is the same, I think it's very, very, very similar. What I think is a huge difference that people aren't interpreting or understanding right now is you're used to playing with your meta players, with the correct chem styles, and with like all these boosts and stuff on informs and team of the seasons. You're not used to playing with base gold cards that don't have good pace and stuff. So it feels, I feel like it feels different because of that. Like that, not to say that there's no changes, because there are definitely some changes, but I also definitely feel like a lot of the differences come from the fact that the whole speed is scaled down, because nobody has chem styles on, nobody has pace boosts from informs and so on and so forth. But anyway, guys, this is going to be the end of the video for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.